For to say, hey guys, it's Klaus. Hey, let's review the new upcoming Swedish tank destroyers. Swedish tank destroyer, which gives a new meaning to gun depression and gun elevation. Swedish TDs, Swedish for common sense. Klaus will review the whole line in the garage for you and then show you some gameplay of this tier 10 Swedish TD beast. Okay, let's get to it. So Klaus is logged on to the test server here and checking out the new Swedish lines, and there's two new Swedish lines. There's this heavy tank line that leads to the tier 10 Kranvan, and a TD line that leads to the tier 10, whatever the hell that's called. But let's look at the TD line first, all right? And we'll start at tier 5 because, you know, tier 4 and below is shit. And all we're gonna look at here is, look at this. Gun depression minus 12 to 20. Hull armor shit, and it's fast. And the gun on this tier 5, look at the gun stats. Penetration 120, damage 300. Not so bad for tier 5. Crew, you have to have 4 crew members. And here it is, see the front there? Not that much slope on the armor, so that armor's not that great. No, but pretty decent looking. Okay, tier 6, again, great gun depression, crap armor, look at this armor, worthless, but very fast, very fast. Just gonna look at these 3 stats for all of them. And the gun, fantastic gun, a good rate of fire, 180 pen, 240 damage, 1.9 second aim time, great gun. And here it is. Now remember that gun depression, use it because this armored lower plate looks like a big weak spot. The whole front really, even or maybe around the gun. Big lower front plate with no armor, kind of a weird looking thing. And now the tier 7. Tier 7, again, same thing, you know, great gun depression, crap armor, and even faster. And a good reverse speed there too. The gun, well, you know, look, good rate of fire, great penetration, 210, more than the Tiger at tier 7. Only 240 alpha, but that penetration and that rate of fire, if you can hide this thing and take your shots, this looks like a badass gun for tier 7. Here it is. Look at the slope on that front plate. So now the armor's starting to get a little bit better, right? That front plate looks amazing, but you still have the shit lower plate and the shit part around the gun. So these 2 flat spots, but it's a low wedge-like tank, so the armor's starting to be better. Tier 8, started to get a little space age look in here. Now what, minus 14 degree gun depression, how does that work? Crap armor, the numbers are crap, but you'll see that they're not really crap. Top speed, 70, and reverse speed is fast. Now look at these 2 new numbers, switching from siege mode, switching to traverse mode, 2 seconds. That's a new game mechanic Klaus will explain in the replay. And the gun, well now all of a sudden your penetration jumps and your alpha jumps. Rate of fire is not so bad. This is a pretty good gun. Pretty good looking gun for tier 8, let me tell you, 288 pen. And now let's look at it. The wedge-like shape is starting to appear. This upper plate has such an angle, even 40 millimeters will bounce almost anything. The lower plate, though, still looks like a big weak spot on this one. It's not angled back that much. And now how does the gun depression and the elevation work on this? Well, you saw in the intro here, the gun, well, the back of the tank actually lifts up, which makes the gun point down. And you'll see this in the game. Those Swedes, they think of everything. Tier 9 now. Let's look at tier 9. Still great gun depression, you know. Forget the armor numbers. We have to look at that angles on those armor numbers, and still great speed. And now you get the tier 10 gun. Look at this, over 300 pen, 390 damage, decent rate of fire. Aim time and dispersion don't look so great, but felt a lot better when Klaus played this. So now look at the angles on the upper and lower plate. It's like a wedge. Look at that, like a pointy little wedge, both the lower plate and the upper plate. So much angle that you probably bounce everything. So from the front, I'm not sure if these little boxes here, whether you do damage if you hit those, Klaus, not sure about that, but and a small commander's hatch. Just a wedge. Sides and rear are shit, obviously, but pretty cool. If you point at the enemy, they're going to bounce on you. And finally, we get to the tier 10, so minus 11 degree gun depression. The wedge-like armor. These numbers are meaningless. You have to look at the angles. Great speed, and the tier 10 gun. 308 pen, 390 alpha, 0.3 dispersion, 3-second aim time. 0.3, that's very accurate, pretty good rate of fire in siege mode. So here it is, the wedge with the fence on the front. Probably they used that to put camouflage on that, Claus would think. But anyways, pretty space age looking, space age design, and you know, it's a wedge. Look at that angle on the lower plate and the upper plate. That other little piece on the bottom there makes you think it has a lower plate weak spot. It has a bit of a commander's hatch weak spot there. The commander's hatch sticks up a bit. But this thing on the lower plate, well, it might provide a little bit more armor. But look at the angles. But it does have this this commander weak spot. Claus shot that a few times, and that's an easy pen. Yeah. But anyway, let's get into the gameplay. You probably want to see some gameplay. All right, so let's watch the game on the test server here. Now, Claus will explain this new game mechanic that you have to learn with these new Swedish TDs. And just have to tell you, this was one of the most weird, awkward TDs Claus has ever played. It's just so strange switching from siege mode to travel mode. Look, Claus is in travel mode now, got into a spot with the good mobility, and now, you see that timer? Switching to siege mode. Now we're in siege mode. So you can aim in siege mode, and your tracks move depending where you aim your gun. The whole TD will move to point up or down or left and right. As you turn, your tracks adjust to the terrain, and you are in siege mode. You can use you can get in sniper mode here and use your laser accurate gun. You see, look at the tracks forming to the contours of the ground. Now there's a target, and we are in siege mode, so we can use the laser accurate gun and take a few shots. Now this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. So far, so good. There's another target. We're in siege mode, so we can just line them up and take some shots here. Look at the aiming circle. Like, there's no way that we can miss, right? Like, that is a laser accurate gun. Okay, so still in siege mode. Claus is zooming out so that you can look around the map. But the tank, the TD, is in siege mode now. And there's another target. So laser accurate gun. Take a shot. Here we go. Take another shot. Okay, one more. Hit him in the tracks. He's tracked now. He's still. We'll just keep shooting here. Keep shooting. There we go. Yeah, getting another shot. Pretty good. Look at this. Laser accurate. Now he's disappeared, but probably still there. Claus is shooting the tracks. Get a few more shots. Take some blind shots here. One more. There you go. Yeah, you dead. So pretty cool so far. Like, what do you think? Well, eventually you have to move. And you know what Claus predicts here is people, when they start playing these tanks, if you think there's camping now in the game, with this thing, there will be more camping. Now, Claus had to press a button here to get it in travel mode. Took 2 seconds. Now we're in travel mode so we can move around. Come on, let's go somewhere here. And have to support this other side because the enemies are pushing up here. All right, so we're going to get ready here. And now we have to press the button again and get into siege mode. So press the button, 2.5 seconds. Now we're in siege mode. Now we can't move. Like, the freaking thing does not move forward or back in siege mode. It moves like a pig. So push the button again to move. And move this thing around is so frustrating. Claus does not want to get just hit there. So get ready. Okay, now get in siege mode. That takes 2 seconds. Now line up a shot. Bounced on, look at that. That's the wedge-like armor. It doesn't matter, upper or lower plate. You're gonna bounce. And now there's no more shots. So what the hell do? You got to press the button again to get out of siege mode. We're in siege mode. How many times has Claus said that? Okay, press the button, wait 2 seconds, now we can move. Here we go, we're moving. And it just makes this thing so freaking awkward. Okay, now if we try to shoot, you can't aim at anything while you're in moving mode. You will not hit anything because the gun just doesn't aim. It's just locked down. You're moving. So let's go here. Press siege mode. There we go into siege mode, and we can't hit anything because we're in the wrong spot. So we have to move again. Press the button again to get into moving mode. Start moving. Come on. Come on. And get ready. Just trying to get in a right spot here. This is a little bit difficult, but maybe get a shot. And now press siege mode and be ready to aim. But we're in the wrong spot, so now we can't move. It's a fucking frustrating thing to play. Look, we can't move in siege mode. So what the hell do we do? Just crawl along or wait. This is as fast as you can move in siege mode. Here we go. To try and move here. Like, holy shit, this thing. This is not for Claus, but it's interesting. Did you see that? We bounced a Jagdpanzer E100, who's probably shooting gold, because it's the test server. So we bounced almost a gun that anywhere from 300 to 400 penetration bounced off our front. And now push the button, get in travel mode. Are you starting to get the picture here? Travel mode. Now press the button again to try and get into siege mode. Like, what the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me? This thing, people that play this tank, get into siege mode, but we're in the wrong spot. Do not want to get hit by the Jagdpanzer. Press travel mode again. People that play this tank are going to get so frustrated with this fucking siege mode, travel mode bullshit that they're going to find a bush way at the back, get in the bush, press siege mode, and sit in the bush the whole game. Because, holy shit, you cannot get close with this tank and do anything. It's a long-range sniper. You got to sit in the bushes and camp, basically. But now Claus is in travel mode, so we can flank here. We've got the speed, so I want to surround these enemies. So we can travel. You can move around and relocate, but if you get close to enemies, and what else can you do on this map? Claus has to get behind these guys. So look, we've got good speed. We're going to flank these guys, but we cannot shoot until we press siege mode. It takes 2.5 seconds. So here we go. We're almost behind them. Get in a good spot. Okay, press siege mode. 2.5 seconds. Ready? Okay, now we can shoot. Now we can shoot. We're in siege mode, but you know what? You cannot brawl now. There's nothing we can do now. Claus is a dead duck. We're in siege mode, and we're fucked. And that's basically the Swedish TD line. Find a bush at the back of the map, get in siege mode, and take your shots. If you ever move in close, you're screwed. But interesting mechanic. It's not for Claus. It's too frustrating, but it is pretty interesting. Maybe some people will master this and get good at it. So it looks like with these tanks, you're going to have to find a spot where you can take some long-range shots and get yourself in siege mode. Always said that 50 times in this video. And relocate using your travel mode. But do not engage the enemies very closely. You cannot brawl because you can't switch between moving and shooting. You're screwed if the enemy gets close to you. So some people, Claus is sure, will master this technique and become unicoms in this tank. It's a very interesting new mechanic in the game. It's probably not for Claus because Claus prefers to move around and shoot at the same time. This is not a Jagdpanzer, a J-Panther 2 or like some of those French TDs that can move around and brawl. This thing is more of a sit-in-the-bush sniper. But hey, it's pretty cool looking, and it's coming. And Claus will do another video about the Swedish medium and heavy tanks that are out at Look at Klaus's driving skills here. There we go. Thanks everyone for watching.